What's up YouTube? Derbador Weldor coming at you with another video. Today I'm going to be talking about something that not a lot of contractors discuss, not a lot of small business owners discuss, and it's a very important way to save time, save money, and save resources and be more efficient. Alright, so stick around guys, let's get to it. Alright guys, so how can you be more efficient? What is this we're talking about here about being more efficient? Well, there is something I've noticed, and it's something I have fell victim to for a long time and still fall victim to, is wasting time, wasting money, wasting resources for no practical gain whatsoever. And that is constantly eating out for breakfast, lunch, and dinner while you're working. It is a constant problem that I have had. I see a lot of other contractors with this problem, and it's constant, right? So you're out there, you're working, you set up, you're 3 hours in, and you're like, man, you know, I gotta go to the corner store and get me a drink. You know, I gotta go get me a Powerade or a Gatorade. Or here comes lunchtime, it's 12 o'clock, and you got all this stuff set up everywhere, right? You got your suitcase set up, you got leads set up, you got the welder running, you got the crane pulled out, your umbrella, everything is set up. You've got your little work area set up. Now you got to take 15 minutes, if you're lucky, to take all that down, pack it up, throw it in the truck, go in town 5-10 minutes if you're lucky, sometimes 15 minutes in the town if you're lucky, get lunch, drive back out, wasted an hour and a half right there, instead of just bringing a meal you can cook in the truck and having cold waters and Gatorades in the truck. Now the other thing, another waste that I have had, especially all this summer, that I have finally killed, is constantly having to buy those stupid $2 bags of ice that drive me nuts. I hate those things, because half the time they're not in there. You go up there, hey, I need a bag of ice. Okay, they run your credit card. You go out there and the freaking freezer's empty because someone stole half of them. Or the Iceman didn't show up that morning and the clerk working at the gas station is too stupid to go out there and see if there's any ice in there before they charge you for it. So I got tired of that. I got a freaking refrigerator in the truck now. So two things I've added to the truck here. It's got a power inverter. Why does it matter? You know, the big reason having a power inverter in the truck was I have my mobile office on wheels here. That's what this truck is. It's an office on wheels. So I now have a microwave and a refrigerator in the truck, and I'm going to show y'all how I have all that set up. See right there, I'm talking about my suitcase. This is my new LN25, but y'all ain't here to talk about that. This right here in the center of my truck next to the seat and my lunchbox, this is a 12-volt refrigerator. You can get these refurbished from Amazon. This was actually new in box. The box was open. That's the only thing that was wrong with it. This was brand new, $160. This is a 12-volt refrigerator. This is not thermoelectric. This is 12 volt. You look in there, see? That's an actual refrigerant pump. And the cool thing about this is it is 12 volt and it also has a AC adapter. Right now, this is not plugged in the truck because the truck isn't running. However, this does have several different safety modes to keep you from draining the battery if you do leave this plugged in. I actually have the AC adapter. I don't think you can see it from here. How I do this is when I park the truck, I hang the AC adapter plug right out the door, plug it in, and I leave all my drinks in here. And there we go. All my drinks right there. That keeps me from going to the gas station and wasting all that time and wasting all that money. I just go buy all the Powerades and water I need when I'm making my normal trips to Walmart. And this can run on the truck. I've left this thing plugged in all day, running off the truck battery. It does not drain the truck battery out. The inverter will drain the truck battery out. The inverter only runs when the truck is running, but the refrigerator, this runs right off of your 12 volt right there, right off a cigarette lighter. Now, there's my lunchbox. Come on. Try to do this one-handed with the camera. No, I'm not paying somebody to do my YouTube videos for me. Now, how do you do your lunch? Well, that's how I do my lunch. This is really simple. Look. Thing of all dried foods that you ain't got to worry about going bad if you leave it in the truck. You ain't got to worry about freaking refrigeration or anything like that. Some
reusable plastic silverware. I like to devour mac and cheese. You just throw some water in there and you plug it into, you throw it in the microwave here. That microwave, a little 700 watt microwave, and it will run off of my 1500 watt pure sine wave inverter. So when lunchtime comes around, I sit down in the truck, turn on the AC, plug in the microwave, make my food, get out a cold drink, and I sit in the truck for lunch. Yo, truck is my break room. And it is amazing how much money you can save by doing this. Absolutely amazing. There's my 110 plug going to the refrigerator. You close it, 110 plug just hangs out right there. You just have to remember before you leave to unplug it and plug in the 12 volt. Eventually I will find a solution to this problem, but eventually I'm probably going to destroy a couple 110 cords. But oh well, cool thing is they're pretty cheap. So I figured to help y'all out with my wild theory here, I'd do some math. Now, before we get into the math, I understand the whole maybe once or twice a week, you know, it's hot, you just want to go sit down and eat in a restaurant. I get it. I'm not against that. But this is just some numbers to throw around and keep in mind that, hey, you know, if you're starting out and money is very essential when you're first starting out, or you're trying to save for a big purchase, like right now I'm trying to save for land, I want you to see how much money you're wasting here, all right? Just pay attention to this. This is math. I mean, it don't lie, all right? And the estimates may be a little high, but bear with me. So that's your lunch per day. In is if you're eating in a truck, out is if you're going out into town to eat somewhere, right? And this is just for around here. It might be different other places, but I'm eating in the truck, drink, and some kind of cookable meal, $4.50. It could be $5 or $6, but you know, you get the idea. $4.50 for your drink and your food, maybe a couple snacks, $4.50. You're eating out, so you're going to a restaurant or something like that. $12.50 is about normal if you're going to go eat somewhere decent. I mean, I know you could go somewhere and just get some freaking trash like at McDonald's for about $7, but why would you do that? You're eating out. That don't make no freaking sense. You know, if I want to eat trash, I'll just sit in my truck, right? I'm not trying to save. I'm not fighting that hard to save money. Now, here's the things you don't think about when it comes to eating out, right? Gas. Look at that, guys. You're spending, maybe you're having to drive into town with that big fat work truck chugging all that gas. Say I put 1 gallon in there, $3.75. So we'll say, okay, 1 gallon of gas, diesel, whatever, $3.75. Some of this is pretty moderate, but now the time. So you take half an hour for lunch, right? You can't charge, or I don't charge for lunch. So right there, this is where it gets really crazy here. How much time are you losing in your 8-hour work window or your 10-hour work window, depending on if you work 8 or 10? Right here, you're losing $70 if you're eating in a truck taking 30 minutes, right? You're losing $210. This is at $140 an hour field rate. You're losing $210 if you're packing everything up. That's an hour and a half right there for lunch, because you're packing everything up, going to a restaurant and driving into town, going to a restaurant, sitting down, getting your food, whatever, eating, going back out and setting back up. Look at that right there. You wasted $210. You could have been working and charging for that time. Now, the difference right here, we take those two numbers, we subtract the $70.50, $74.50. We subtract that to the $226.25 right there. Look at that. That's a big difference. Look at that. That gives us a difference of $159.75. That's how much money you're wasting per day. Keep in mind, this is per day by eating out. That's what you're wasting right there. Now, that times 5, at $159.75 times 5, this is how much money you're wasting per week. You're wasting $758.75 per week eating out. All right? These numbers don't lie. This is the truth, all right? I know some of y'all just love to eat out, and I get it. I love to eat out too, but I also love to have money. So I'm not saying stop eating out. I'm saying find a middle ground, because you are basically taking $100 bills out there and just burning them. And I know that you know, your meals are tax deductible. Actually, they're no longer 100% tax deductible. They're only 50% tax deductible. Remember that, guys. All that eating out is no longer 100% tax deductible. You can only deduct 50% of that cost now. So just keep that in mind. I'm not a tax person. Don't sue me. Now, $753.75. That's per week. Now, we're going to go over here, times 52 if you work every single week out of the year. $39,455. That is how much money a year you are spending on eating out. If you're only spending $12.50 on your meal, and that's a cheap meal. You can, depending on where you live, you may be spending $20 or $30 a meal. Look at this. Look at this number. That's almost 40 grand you're wasting. That's almost 40 grand right there. I just want to point this out, y'all. That is like 40 grand. Look at this right here. Right there, look at that math. It does not lie. That is it right there. That's how much money you waste per year eating out. So literally, the $160 refrigerator pays for itself the first day. The second day, the $80 microwave pays for itself. Within a week, the power inverter, microwave, and refrigerator all pay for themselves and start making you money in less than a week. Just think about that, right? And if you're not working complete 8-hour days or 10-hour days, just think about how much more money you're losing by eating out all the time. All right? It is insane how much money you're wasting by eating out. So, I showed y'all that's what I have in the truck. I got my refrigerator, I got my microwave, and I got the inverter to power everything. Guys, let me tell you, that's worth investing in if you're trying to save money for stuff, all right? Some of y'all are just looking for a tax write-off, and it's like, you know what? No big deal. That's fine. I completely understand. Trust me, I love to eat out too. But I'm trying to save money right now because I want my own land. I want a big chunk of land. I want some cash in my pocket. I want to be one of those welders walking around with 20 grand in his back pocket. I have built my business. I got my equipment. I'm working for big dogs right here in Franklin County for some of the biggest, most powerful companies here and some of the biggest, most powerful companies in Raleigh. So I'm trying to bite my pennies and save every bit of them dollars right now. So I'm at a slightly different point than some of y'all are. But I wish I'd known this. I had ran these numbers when I first started, because if I ran these numbers when I first started, I would have started doing this a long time ago. And the cool thing is, most of my work is now pretty much local to my shop and my house. So sometimes I'm within 10-15 minutes of my house, and I'll just drive back to my house and eat in the nice comfort of my house, cook me some meals in my house or whatever, and then hop back in the truck and drive out, because it's actually sometimes it's closer just to go home than it is to actually go into town, or it's the same distance just to go home and eat as it is just to go into town and eat. Now, granted, that does still give you some of the loss of you got to pack up and you got to leave. But also there's a mental thing about just leaving the job. I don't know quite exactly how to explain it, but there's like this peace when you leave. It's like, so quiet out here. You know, I don't hear beep, beep, beep all freaking day, you know, while I'm trying to eat. There is a mental break thing of that. And one of the things I've done is if I'm working a really long day and I'm driving to and fro places, I'll pull into a big gas station like a Speedway or a Sheetz or something like that. And I'll pull in, park. You got restrooms and everything there. And I'll pull in, park, and I will make my food there. And if I need to buy a quick soda or something, that's in there. But you're still saving so much money. You're not spending $12, $15 on a meal. Food's expensive. And inflation is not making it any better. And it's just going to keep going up. So this is a tool and tactic I'm throwing out there for you guys to help you save money and make more money, so more of that money goes to your pocket so you can invest it in the things you need to invest in. All right? Thank you guys for watching this video. If you like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and you guys have a fantastic day.